From the home screen, create the case by tapping the green stroke button. Once inside the new case, it's important to understand a couple of key points. Any field that is red and contains a caution triangle is a required field. All other fields are pertinent information, but are not required to start the case. It's also important to note that any of the non-required fields can be updated at any point while the case is still active. We will begin by choosing our destination hospital by tapping on the drop-down. When selecting your hospital, you will only see the local hospitals who are using Pulsera. Now tap on the destination facility. After you choose the hospital, you will enter your at-patient time. You may be asking, why do we need to capture that? Doesn't our CAD system keep up with this time? That's a great question. Notice it says at-patient and not on scene. By capturing the at-patient time, you firmly establish the first medical contact time, a time that is typically difficult for the hospitals to accurately obtain otherwise. See? Teamwork in action. Next, we will set our scene departure time. This key metric enables the Pulsera app to calculate an approximate ETA to the destination hospital using your device's GPS location. The ETA is initially set when the scene departure time is entered. It should be noted that the ETA will not continue to update while en route to the hospital. If this needs to be updated, tap the field and enter the appropriate time. Next, we will enter the patient name to open a common communication channel. At this point, we have entered all of the required data that is necessary to start the case. However, that's not to discount the importance of capturing other pertinent information, such as patient's date of birth and gender. While the fields in the stroke vitals section are not required, they are very important and should be entered if the information is known. First, you will enter the last known well time. As you know, this is extremely important in identifying the approximate time of onset, a data point that will be used in determining the patient's eligibility for TPA and other treatments. If this information is not known, you may leave it blank, but be sure your destination hospital understands that you were unable to obtain this information. Next, select the pre-hospital stroke scale that was used to perform the neurological assessment from the drop-down list. Calculate the score by choosing each parameter value and tap Save. If there is any question on how to choose the stroke score's parameters, you may tap on the scoring button and a help screen will be displayed. Any anticoagulant medications that the patient is taking may be relevant in determining further treatment. If this is known, tap the drop-down and either select Yes or No. If the answer is yes, you may enter the name of the medication in the appropriate field. Otherwise, leave the selection as not known, which is the default. Finally, we will capture the most recent set of vital signs for our patient. While this is not required, it is medically pertinent and should be communicated with the receiving staff at the emergency department. Tap on the Add Vitals button and you will be taken to a form where individual vital sign parameters may be input. Once the desired data points have been entered, tap on the green Save button at the top right-hand corner of the screen to return to the Pulsera New Patient Case screen. You will then see the set of vitals captured along with the time that they were entered. Understand that not every field in the Add Vital Signs form must be filled out in order to save. Tap the Add Labs button to be taken to a similar form where any labs such as the glucose can be entered. Follow the same process as before when entering vital signs. Images may be added to the case as well. One important image to consider capturing is the patient's driver license. This can assist the emergency department in registering the patient into the hospital system as early as possible. Additional images to be considered are medication lists. To add an image, tap on the Images ECG button and your device's camera will be launched. Using the camera, capture the image by tapping the white Capture button. A preview of the image will then be displayed. If satisfied with the image, tap Use Photo. You may continue to add photos by tapping the green Add button at the top right-hand corner of the screen. Otherwise, tap the back button to return to the Pulsera Stroke Case screen. You will notice that there is now a blue number badge on the Image ECG button to correspond to the number of images that have been attached to the case. This will update in real time as additional images are added. That's it. You are now ready to transmit this case to the receiving emergency department. To do this, tap on the green Alert button at the bottom of the screen. Once you tap Alert, you will see a green confirmation banner at the bottom of the screen indicating that your case has been successfully created. If any required fields were not entered, you will see a message on the screen prompting you to go back and complete those fields before alerting. The next thing that you should expect to see is a pop-up message that states the destination hospital has acknowledged the patient. Tap OK and this pop-up will go away. If you do not receive the message that the hospital has acknowledged your patient, it's always best to contact the ED by phone or radio to verify that they know you are coming. When the case has been stopped, a push notification will be sent to everyone on the team, including EMS, that provides a summary of the treatment provided. Now, how cool is that?